All right, you guys, it is June 1st, and we are talking about Bring Back My Bar. I know some of you have been around a while and have been through Bring Back My Bar for a year, 2 years, 5 years. I don't know. I don't even remember the first time we got Bring Back My Bar. Maybe even 10 years ago. I'm not sure it's been that long, but I think it maybe has. I don't know. Um, but I know some of you are brand new and don't have a clue what Bring Back My Bar is. So I'm just going to break it down and start with the basics. So what's Bring Back My Bar? Well, twice a year, consultants and customers vote for their favorite discontinued scents to come back. So, and the top 20 or 25, kind of depends. Usually it's 25 now. Usually there's 5 bonus ones are brought back. They only come back in bar form. That's it. You can't get them in room sprays, scent circles. You can't get them in pods, anything else, just bars. Okay. And it's a huge promotion. People will stock up big on these bars while they're available, and they'll add them to their club. And we're going to talk about club a little bit more. I think it's kind of fun this time. There's a removable sticker. Hold on one second. There's a removable sticker. You see where it says Bring Back My Bar on there? Okay. It is a sticker this time. In some years in the past, it has been in very big words across it, Bring Back My Bar. And part of the label. And some years, if you happen to have a fragrance that you couldn't get rid of, you might be doing an event and people would be like, that says Bring Back My Bar 2015. It's 2017 or whatever. Not a problem. Now you can just take that sticker off that says Bring Back My Bar. Nobody will ever know. Because as we know, our bars have a really good life. Okay. So I think that's kind of fun. I like the fact that they look like regular bars this time and don't have any special verbiage on them other than a removable sticker. All right. So it's a really big deal. And it really can make or break your June. Now, I know some of you are saying, okay, I'm brand new, or I've only been around a year. My customers have never smelled these things. They've never tried them. They're not their favorites. What are we going to do? Well, I've got some solutions for you guys too. All right. But again, June only. It never fails. July 1st, someone will reach out to me and say, oh my gosh, I totally need 6 coffee tree. And I'm going to be like, I'm really sorry, but I can't help you with that. I reached out to you 4 times and reminded you. So you really have to be diligent about the fact that it is your responsibility to reach out to your customers to make sure they're aware. Passive advertising is not going to work with this. Okay. If you have a customer that loves these fragrances, it is your duty, it is your responsibility as their consultant to make sure they are aware, to remind them at the end, because they're going to be like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you send me a final reminder? Sometimes some people wait, whatever the case may be. So here's my 10 tips for Bring Back My Bar. Number 1, hype it up. Hype it up. If you aren't excited about Bring Back My Bar, nobody else will be. And I will tell you, there have been some years where the Bring Back My Bar list has not been that spectacular in my personal opinion. And so my customers weren't really excited because I wasn't really excited. I will say honestly and fully, this list is the best Bring Back My Bar list I've seen in a long time. And my customers are already telling me that. In fact, I woke up this morning to one was it messaged me 6:30 Eastern time, which means 5:30 Central time where she lives. And she was like, okay, there's 2 of my favorites. Now, mind you, I didn't advertise it early. She hadn't received any kind of mail out from me or thank you or anything because I was determined that I was not going to promote June in May. So she just knew because she'd seen it elsewhere. All right. 6:30 and she's asking me, she says, 2 of my favorite fragrances are back, I see, for Bring Back My Bar. They were My Wish and I feel like French Kiss, but I don't think that's right. And she said, how can I put this in that club thing? Like, I've been thinking about doing that club thing for a while, but if I do that, can I really get these all the time? Because I need these 2 fragrances in my bedroom warming all the time. I said, well, yeah, of course you can. And she said, okay, so how many should I get and how often should I do it? I said, well, here's the deal. You can always step down with club. If you start with 6 and you decide you want 5, you can do that. But if you start with 5 and decide you want 6, you can't do that. You can never go up, but you can go down. So add the maximum number you think you're going to want. And the same thing with frequency. You can start with every month and then go to every second month or every third month, but you can't do it the opposite. So make sure you go with the highest frequency and you can step down. She said, well, I really don't think I can have, ever have too many. I said, okay, well then, do a larger number. I said, you can always change it. And then I made sure I told her, you know, at $30, you get 10% off. This is US pricing. And at $60, you can get a half price item. She wanted to know, could you switch your half price item? Yes, of course you can. Every month you can switch your half price item. Okay, she was sold. $60 is what she wants. And then I sent her a link and said, I can't sign you up for this. You have to do it yourself. Here's how to do it. It's very easy. She's, you know, computer savvy, not a big deal. Second customer reached out to me too, and she said, I need Rockin' Ruby Raz. And her daughter loves it. She's obsessed with it. She always messages me, asks me if I have any more. I had it in my club for a while, but then I stopped. And so I said, now you can add it to your club. So, you know, she's going to start a club subscription as well. So that was 2 customers excited about this before I rolled out of bed this morning. I was like, why are you guys up so early? Let's just talk about that. Let me phrase that. Why are you up so early thinking about Scentsy, right? I understood why they were up so early. So that's number 1. Hype, hype, hype. Okay, so when you're hyping it, you're going to share it all month. You're not just going to share it once. You're not going to share it today and be done. You're going to keep sharing it all month long. Post about it. Go live on your VIP page. Mix it up. Maybe share all 20 cents now. Maybe then highlight 3 cents a week, every week. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you could play the alphabet game and you, hey, today the letter is A. Let's talk about this, or B, or, you know, I don't even think we have, I'm looking at the list. I don't think we don't even have an A fragrance, but you get the idea. We have B, blue hyacinth. So get, you know, hype it up all month long. Go live on your VIP pages, go live on your main page, but mix it up throughout the month. Email your customers, reach out to them over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying email your customers every day. I'm saying mix up the interaction. One thing that I think is fun to do on my VIP page is I'll just kind of start a conversation. Hey, where are my ocean lovers? Who loves ocean? And I will get a couple people that like ocean. Do you have any friends that like ocean? Because they're going to want to be in this group this month. Tag them, invite them, add them. Who loves Lucky in Love? You know, create some interaction, get it going, because the more interaction you have on your VIP page, you know, the more they're going to see and the more they're going to come back. So that's number 1, keep hyping it up. Number 2, make sure that you use the report on the workstation. Okay. Now, if you're a brand new consultant, this is not going to be a helpful tip. So you can skip to number 3, but I want you to understand how to do this. Now, let me see. I thought I had it up. Let me see if it's still up. If so, I'll share my screen and show it to you. Okay. There is a report on the workstation. Hold on a sec. Let me share my screen. Let's see if I can share with you. Screen. Okay, can you guys see it? This is my workstation. Okay, when you go to the reporting tab that's going to be on your left-hand side, you're going to go to sales report. So you're going to go to reporting first and then view sales report. Okay, once you're there, it's scrolling, it's thinking, it's going to take a minute. You're going to go to promotions follow-up. Click on it. And you can see I've got a Star Wars lead generation report, a bring back my bar purchase history, and bring back my bar leads. Now, bring back my bar leads. If you click on that, it's literally going to show you any customer that voted for any of the fragrances that came back. Easy peasy, you can see it, you know what they voted for. But I want to show you the bring back my bar purchase history report because it's a little, it's not complicated, but I want you to understand how to work through it. When you bring it up, it's going to say no data to display. Now, if you've never had a customer that's ordered any of these fragrances, that might be why. But if you've had customers that have, I want to show you how to find it. You're going to click on select customer, and then you're going to select all your customers. And then you're going to go search by product name, and you're going to select, these are all the bring back my bar fragrances that are over here. So I want to know what customers bought all of them. Now, if I only wanted to know what customers bought French Kiss, I would just click French Kiss. But I want to know what customers bought all of them. And then I'm going to click the search button. It's a little slow. You should be forewarned. Okay. Now it's going to start to pull them up. Okay. As I said, it's a little slow. So I'm going to export the report to make it a little faster. You can look at it here and you can leave it here and you can, you know, just keep scrolling through. You can see like Allie Fuller. This is one of my customers that reached out to me bright and early this morning. So these are all the times she's ordered these fragrances from me. Okay. But I'm going to export it. Is the bring back my bar purchase option available? As yes, it's already created. You don't have to create this report. And then I'm going to download it. Now I'm not sure if you guys are going to see it. Can you see the screen now, or do I have to go to another screen? Somebody type in the chat and tell me if you can see it.
Another screen.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me switch my screen so you guys can see it. Cancel. Stop sharing screen. Okay, let me pull up that screen so you can see it. So here's my Excel report. Can you see it now? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes, we could see it.
This is a report that I downloaded from Excel. I just hit the export button, downloaded it to Excel, opened it up in Excel. These are my customers that have ordered these fragrances. 346. Now, you will see, this is my mom here. You will see she shows up 13 times because she's ordered 13 of the 25 different fragrances that are here. So we'll use her as an example. Her name, address, when she first purchased them, when she last purchased them, the fragrance she purchased, how many times. Like my mom loves lemon thyme berry. She ordered 12 of them. Let's see. She's actually ordered, her most recent purchase was 12 lemon thyme berry bars, but lifetime she's ordered 45 of them from me through the PWS. Okay. So I can go through and I can see every fragrance that all my, from this 25 that my customers have ordered. And I have all of their information at my fingertips to reach out to them. Does that make sense? That was not 346 customers. That was 346 customer fragrances. So like my mom was there 13 times because she'd ordered 13 fragrances. Does that make sense? But I'm not going to reach out to her, send her 13 different emails. I'm going to say, Mom, you've ordered, you clearly need to add lemon thyme berry to your club. You've ordered it 45 bars of it since I joined. And you've also ordered these other things, which I know you want, right? So it makes the conversation very, very easy because it's all at your fingertips. Okay, did that help? You guys understand how to use a report? Okay, it's very easy. It's all created for you. All you have to do is click. All right, let me, okay, so that's how you run the report. That is a super helpful report. Now, if you're brand new, it's not gonna be helpful for you because this time around, you're not gonna have anything in there. But this is one of the reasons it's really important when you're putting orders in that you put them in under your customer's name and information, and you don't do a bulk order under your name and your information. You wanna be able to go back very easily and see who ordered what. Now, you could also create this report yourself. You could create a spreadsheet, keep track of what fragrances. Years ago, we would have like a, like an address, like a file card box, and we would write the name of the fragrances at the top. And then every time customer that ordered, we write their name. There are other ways to track it, but the Workstation does it for you now. So you want to make sure when you are entering those orders that you're putting all that information in. Okay. So, and the lead report, if anyone went to your PWS and voted for a bring back my bar that made the top 25, you're going to see them on that list. Very simple. You don't have to export it. You can export it, but you don't have to sort it, anything. It's all just going to be there. Okay. Number 3, make sure that you're including bring back my bar information and signage on everything. So if you are mailing anything out to your customers, thank yous, party packs, a customer email or newsletter, anything that's going out to your customers all month long, make sure it has bring back my bar information. Now, if you were on, I believe it was Work It Wednesday. Vicki, was it Work It Wednesday? Answer me in the chat. I feel like it was. Vicki shared with us this that she made. I feel like it was Work It Wednesday. It was either Leaders Lounge or Work It Wednesday, but I feel like it was Work It Wednesday. It's just a postcard that she created, and it's got all the fragrances. This is a larger size. This is going with my customer thank yous. I also printed a smaller size that's going, out in my customer newsletter with my customer newsletter this month. Now, I want to make sure that everything I have that's going out also includes information about Scentsy Club. So they're also getting this, which Vicki created, that I personalized. And Vicki, I almost printed it with your little picture of your little phone and your little website on there and name, but I did catch it last minute and changed it to my own. So anything that's going out this month, over and over, customer orders three times they're going to get information about Bring Back My Bar from me in their thank you. Over and over and over, it's going to happen, because the more times they're exposed to it, the more likely they're going to pay attention to it. The average customer has to see something at some ridiculous number of times before they act on it. And so I'm going to make sure that I am intentional about including it in everything that goes out this month. All my customer emails that go out, and the other, any events that I have, I will have signage about Bring Back My Bar and making a big deal about Bring Back My Bar. If I had a fundraiser this month, which I don't right now, but if I did, Shannon, are those in the files? I feel like we added them to the Work It Wednesday Google Drive. I feel like Vicki shared it and we added it to Vicki made it in Canva. Yeah, Vicki made it in Canva. Did we share the original though, or you shared the link? Vicki's going to put the template link in the chat. It's not there yet. Okay. She'll share the template link, but when she shares it, you're going to have to click on it, download it, because when the call's done, the Zoom is done, it's going to be gone. All right. And this one, the Bring Back My Bar one, actually, you don't have to do anything to personalize it. There's nothing personal on here. If you don't want these, which I just thought they were pretty because Vicki does amazing graphic work. If it's from a number of people, but if it's from Megan and Alex, if it's from Vicki, I know it's going to print really well. It's going to be perfect, and I don't have to worry about it or do anything with it. So I always grab those. The newsletter. If you are a new consultant in your first 3 months, your Scentsy newsletter is a benefit of having a PWS, and you can personalize your newsletter. You do that on your workstation on the, I want to say communication tab, but I don't have it up. There is usually a link when you can personalize it on the front of your PWS that says click here to personalize your newsletter. You can add personalized information to it. I always go in and read it. If there's not a big push about the Bring Back My Bar, I will add it to my newsletter. Okay, because I want to make sure that anyone, and Vicki did share the link in the chat, anyone who opens my newsletter, I want them to see first and foremost, Bring Back My Bar. Okay, so that's number 3. Put Bring Back My Bar signage and information on everything. Number 4, buy the scents. I know a lot of you bought the sampler, right? That was available last month. So a lot of you have the bars in your hand already. Some of you have made testers. We made testers. As you know, I threw out on the group page, I had about 45 of them available. They went in minutes. They're very easy to melt down. If you didn't buy the sampler, if you don't have if it's not within your budget to buy the whole pack of 25, that's okay. Don't spend family money on Scentsy. Spend Scentsy money on family, not family money on Scentsy. If you can't afford the sampler, which is like $126, that's fine. It's one of each bar. It is one of each full-size bar. It's not testers. Then don't. But everyone has the ability to collect enough orders to earn some host rewards. If you hustle, you can collect some orders, 200 orders, you're going to get $20 in free. You're going to get 2 half-price items, 1 half-price item and a perpetual reward. You can use your host credit and put it towards a 6-pack, or you can get a 6-pack with one of the half-price items, okay? If nothing else, try to hustle your business and get enough orders in the next few days to get to that 200 to have a party for yourself so you get the host rewards, and order a 6-pack. Now, how are you going to know what 6-pack to order? Well, a couple things you can do. Number 1, you can, Mary Gatter is practically free with host credits. Okay, so number 1, you can look at this list. And by the way, there's another list on the workstation of the bars. And there's lots of graphics floating around on all the pages. You can look at this list and you can figure out which 6 you might like the most. And maybe those are the 6 that you order. Or You can look at your customer history and figure out what the 6 most popular were. Or you can get a little creative and you can throw out on your VIP page or on your personal page and ask them which 6 they think sound the best. Do a poll. Which 6 sound the best? And those 6, order those 6. And then those people who thought they sounded good, those are the people you might want to get samples to, right? If you do that with your VIP page. So again, don't spend $126 of your family money on a sampler. But there is a way, if you're working your business, we always really stress, being active by the 5th. It's a good criteria of an emerging leader or a continuing leader. If you have $200 by the 5th, then you can, you have a party order and you can use, some of those host rewards. Okay. And that would get them in your hands early enough to still take advantage of them. Shipping's pretty fast right now. All right. So if you didn't buy the sampler, that's an option for you. Another option, trade some cubes with local consultants, even if they're not in our team or our downline, right? Trade, if you have other local consultants, reach out to them. Maybe you order these 6 bars and they order another 6 or whatever, or 3 or 4 of you go in, you each order, and then you guys trade cubes so everyone has some of everything. If you have been around for a while, you might have some of the old testers. You might not have all 25, but you can still throw those in a pencil pouch like this, the old testers, and you have a pouch party, a bring back my bar pouch party. Lots of people this month are doing bring back my bar only pouch parties. Okay, because the scents are simply that good. All right. Now there are some scents that do kind of make me question. I know some of you like Palo Santo. I do not. I think 1% of consultants like it. Some of you like Wild Black Cherry. I do not. I question the sanity of those of you that do, but that's okay. The beauty is we all like different things, and that's okay, right? So perhaps if you're ordering a 6-pack, especially the Palo Santo, you might want to avoid that one. That I think you do on both. Of course you do. Of course you do, Billy. You might want to order some of these and get them into people's hands, right? Pouch parties, really big deal. If you order them, you can break them into 8. You've got a couple options. If you have home parties this month or events or anything going on, that you can actually get them into the hands of people whole and they can smell them. You can pass around the bars at a home party and they can smell them. Then you would still have the whole bar and you could still sell it, right? If you're going to break it up into cubes and make samples or slivers or whatever you're going to do to make get these into customers' hands, then some people are breaking into 8 cubes, making a set of each of them. So they have 8 sets of a cube each. And then they're using them as an incentive to their hosts. Their host, if they get a qualifying party this month, gets to keep it. And that's kind of their bonus to host exclusive to the host. And then they have 25 cubes that they can drop in a mini warmer and really experience a fragrance. So lots of ideas of what you can do with them. It's totally up to you. But again, don't think that you have to drop $126. I don't want you spending family money on Scentsy. All right. So if you do have the sampler or you do have a 6-pack, if you are not going to share them whole and sell them, you're going to break them up. It doesn't do any good to break them up if you aren't going to get them into your customers' noses. Do not make samples unless you are going to find a way to get them into the hands of your customers, whether that be you're mailing them out, whether that be you're putting in your customer thank yous this month, whatever the case may be. Do not spend the money. Do not break these up if you are not going to utilize them. The scent is what smells, but it won't do any good if it stays in your house. And I hear a lot of you, I bought them, but I really just didn't do anything with them. I still have them. Well, I plan to share them with people, but I didn't. We're coming out of a COVID, the COVID, I'd call it like the post-COVID era. We're starting to come out of that in a lot of places in the US. And you are going to have the opportunity to in person get these into people's hands, right? So if you're going to make the effort to buy them, make sure that you take advantage of them. And yes, it is a tax write-off. It is a advertising expense if you're sampling these. Okay. All right. Go live number 5. No, that was number 5. Make samples, get them under their noses. Number 6, go live with a scent session. Okay. Do a scent session. So go on your VIP page, bring in your spouse, bring in your kids, bring in the neighbor, bring in your best friend who loves Scentsy, bring in your dog. We actually sometimes have our dog smell the scents. It's funny, some scents she loves and other scents she really doesn't love. And I have seen people do a scent sesh with their dogs. You smell it, you share what you think it smells like, and then the dog smells it. And it's kind of funny. But if you're going to do this, don't open every bar and say, oh my gosh, this smells so good. This is the most amazing fragrance. I love this one. Because if you do that 25 times, you're going to have no credibility with your customers. Everyone doesn't love every fragrance. Be honest about what you love and what you don't love. But the ones you don't love, it's okay to say, this is not my favorite. But, Julie, you can even call them out. Julie, I know you're going to love this because you love this. Or Shelly, I looked up, you have ordered this 47 times. Why do you not have this in your club? Okay. You can also tell them, who you think might like it. You can also tell them, if you love this scent, you would love this, right? And there is if you like cheat sheet. This is number 7. Use the cheat sheet. There's a cheat sheet on the workstation. If you like blank, you might like white tea and cactus. Now, I'll be honest, I think we should do our own cheat sheet because I think some of them are a little questionable from corporate. But if you're brand new and you've never smelled it, use the corporate cheat sheet. Okay. I did write down some of my own thoughts on it. I don't think they're 100% spot on though. A couple things that, I'll get to, if we have time, I'll get to that. But use cheat sheet. If you don't agree with it, what's on there, then use your own comparisons. Let them know what you think it smells like. You guys know what your customers love. Get them thinking about these fragrances. If you have customers that love florals, obviously you can pick out which are the florals on this list. And you can pick out which are the strong ones, right? If you have customers that love strawberry, strawberry swirl. If you have customers that like any of our coffee fragrances, coffee tree, it's not rocket science, you guys. If a customer loves, for example, A is for apple, then it's a wise idea to get any apple fragrance under their nose. If a customer likes a cherry fragrance, it is wise to get any cherry fragrance under their nose. Now, I'm not convinced of like wild black cherry, but if they like spa fragrances or ozonic fragrances or ocean fragrances, then obviously you want to get ocean under their nose. Okay. Spa, this is white tea and cactus, is a quintessential spa fragrance in my opinion. So, make sure that you are sharing with them. And if they haven't ever experienced Bring Back My Bar before, think about what they're purchasing from you now. Okay, this customer really loves Sandswept. What on this list do I think they might like? Well, I think they might like Ocean. They might like Honeymoon Hideaway. And white tea and cactus might be a stretch, but let's get it under their nose too, right? So you can look at what they're buying now, and you can do that. And no, I don't mind if you share. Oh, are you talking to Vicky? You can totally do that. Vicky doesn't care. All right, that's number 7. Use the cheat sheet. Number 8, Scentsy Club. And I mentioned it at the beginning, but I'm going to mention it again. If you aren't doing Scentsy Club, you are seriously missing out. It is really hard to promote Scentsy Club if you don't have a Scentsy Club subscription. If you have a Scentsy Club subscription, you ought to be going live every month when you get yours, because the more you get it under their nose and in front of them, the more likely they are to think about it. I have a customer who used to be a star director. She's a good friend of mine. And she messaged me last month, mid-month, late month. And she said, hey, Katie Farner, who's another superstar director, Katie Farner just went live. I don't know what platform she went live on. And she was talking about Whiff Box. I really think I need one. Can I add that to Club? Yeah, of course you can add to Club. And let me tell you how you can get it half price, right? So even if your customers aren't hearing it enough from you aren't planting enough seeds, they might be hearing from someone else, but make sure you're talking about Club. Again, anything that goes out this month about Bring Back My Bar will go out with information about Club, because any of these bars that they love that they can't get after June 30th, if they put it in their Club subscription, they can always get my bar. Now, always get my bar is always get my bar. It's not always get my room spray, always get my pods, always get my scent circle. It's always get my bar. Okay. Let's see. And also likewise, if you're having conversations about bring back my bar with your customers one-on-one, make sure that you're talking about club in the same conversation. When you go live talking about bring back my bar, every single time you do, just a quick mention about Scentsy Club. And if you don't, you guys are really shorting yourself of the big opportunity with bring back my bar, because Scentsy Club is really the long-term big opportunity of bring back my bar. All right. Number 9, pick your favorites. We talked about if you can't afford the whole sampler, get a 6-pack. Okay. Now, what if you have all of them even? Create your favorite 6-pack. Your customers are sometimes overwhelmed by 25 fragrances or 80 fragrances like we have in the catalog. Create your own 6-pack. Send it out with all the information, go live, create a graphic, do whatever you want to do, but create your favorite 6-pack because your customers trust you, and it'll make it easier for them. And so send it out. Karen's favorite 6-pack, for example, Jet Set Go, Lemon Thyme Berry, Ocean, Rockin' Ruby Raz, Watermelon Mint, and probably Watermelon Patch would be my 6. Maybe Kahiko Hula actually would be my 6. But I will create a graphic. I will wait till probably the 7th or 8th, create my 6-pack because I am promoting the entire collection up front. And then I will create my 6-pack and I will make it easy for my customers who are indecisive. And then when they come to me and say, do you think I like that? I will say, I think you like everything, but if I know a fragrance that I chose isn't in their scent palette, then I will make a recommendation for something they swap out. Likewise, don't just create your own 6-pack. Have your spouse create their own 6-pack. Have your kids create their 6-pack, whatever the case may be. Keep promoting it all month long, right? Because you don't know who they're buying for necessarily. If you have a teenage daughter at home and you create their 6-pack or a preteen, they might be buying bars as a gift for someone. Be like, oh, well, if her teenager likes it, then the person I'm buying these for might like it too, right? Because they fall in that same age spectrum. So pick your favorites and create your 6-pack and promote it. And then number 10, once again, follows right along with number 1, continue the hype all month long. This isn't a one and done thing. Keep talking about it. Go live and talk about it. But mix it up. Don't share the exact same content every single day. Don't reach out to the same customers every day. I'm not recommending you reach out to your customers 30 times one-on-one, but make sure that you're talking about it and promoting, because if you aren't, July 1st is going to come and they're going to want to know why they can't get their white tea and cactus, because it never, ever fails. Yeah, Amy says, when I went live, I was very honest if I liked them or not, and then told them Strawberry Swirl was the scent that hooked me and started my Scentsy journey. So anything like that you can share, any personal connections to a fragrance really do make a difference, because that's what our fragrances do. They invoke memories, right? They'll take you back to a moment, or you'll link them in the future with something. People tell me like, oh, that smells just like the lobby at wherever at Disney. Oh, that smells just like, people make relations to our fragrances all the time. I did make a few notes on some of the fragrances. I'm not going to go through all of them with you, but for those of you that are new, well, how can I do this quickly? Coffee Tree, I think, smells just like the description. It's a very popular coffee fragrance. French Kiss has been around since I joined. It was around when I joined, let me phrase that. Then it became discontinued. It's a musky fragrance. It's very, very popular. It warms differently than it smells in the package. If you have customers that talk about liking Bath & Body Works Brown Sugar and Fig, French Kiss is similar to it. Fresh cut daisy smells just like daisies and very fresh cut grass, in my opinion. It's very strong. It is similar to Sun-Soaked Petals, which is current. It's different, but it's similar. Honeymoon Hideaway smells like the True Blue perfume, if you've smelled that. It's also great mixed with Eskimo Kiss if you're an Eskimo Kiss lover. Kahika Hula smells like Hawaii. It's also a very, very very, very, very popular long-term fragrance. Lemon Thyme Berry is so good warming. I would put it in the categories kind of like Be Fabulous and Lemon Sorbet. It's different, but the same. Love Story is an elegant scent. It's similar but different to Quiver and Shimmer. So if you have customers that have liked those, it's different, but it's kind of in the same class. It's a romantic fragrance. Lucky in Love smells just like Love Spell by Victoria's Secret. Mulberry Bush has been around since I joined. It is a very deep, fruity, rich, strong fragrance. It's similar to Scentsy Sangria, but it's not. It's mulberry. It's very classic mulberry. Let's see. Ocean is definitely one of our top fragrances of all times. It's a clean aquatic. The closest thing think we have to it now is Atlantic Air, but it does smell different. Someone told me it smells like Pier 1's Ocean Candle, but I have not been in a Pier 1, so I can't confirm that. Oodles of Orange smells just like you would think. It kind of reminds me of an Orange Julius minus the vanilla cream. So if you can kind of imagine, it's different than Sunkissed Citrus. It's a really good orangey citrus. Palo Santo, I think, smells like a campfire. It is an earthy favorite. It's if you have customers that love patchouli, if you have customers that are hippies, Billy would say, then you might like that. Let's see what else. Sweet Pea and Vanilla is a fragrance that doesn't get a lot of play these days, but it was, again, a favorite for a very, very, very long time. Watermelon Patch smells just like a classic watermelon Jolly Rancher. Watermelon Mint, I think, is fantastic. And White Tea and Cactus is very popular, very, very popular. It's different than aloe vera and ivy and different than sea salt and avocado, but I would kind of put them in the same family. And Wild Black Cherry, I'll be honest, I think it smells like Robitussin, but I think I'm in the minority on that. So those are just some quick comparisons of some of the fragrances. The other ones, yeah, Watermelon Mint is in my top list too. I love Watermelon Mint. Billy, those are just some of my comparisons. Does anybody have any questions about Bring Back My Bar?